Okay, there seems to be a trend going on in Hollywood taking an actor known for comedy and letting them direct horror. First, it was Jordan Peele directed Get Out, and now John Krasinski directing A Quiet Place. And after seeing A Quiet Place, keep this going. Quiet Place is a recent horror movie directed by, co-written, and starring John Krasinski, also with his real-life wife, Emily Blunt. And it's a very simple plot about a family trying to survive from these creatures that can only hear you, and if you make the slightest sound, they'll get you. Now, I was really looking forward to A Quiet Place. I like John Krasinski as an actor, and I was interested to see what he would do with a horror movie, and this is not his directorial debut. He has directed some smaller movies before. I guess this is like his first big film as a director. Been hearing great reviews from South by Southwest Film Festival, and been hearing great reviews about this movie for weeks. I was really excited for this movie, and I finally saw it, and I'm happy to say A Quiet Place is a great horror movie. Just wow, just tension from beginning to end. I did not want this movie to end. Wow, just what a great movie overall. First, all the performances in this movie are excellent. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, who are a real life couple, are excellent together. They both do a great job of playing these characters that are trying so hard to protect their families. When all this danger is going on, they're trying to protect them from these creatures, letting them stay quiet. And in my opinion, I think Emily Blunt gives the best performance in the whole movie. She was excellent in this movie, and there was one scene where she's in the bathtub and she just shows some incredible acting. Not only from those two, but the two kids. And mostly, I want to talk about the girl in the film, girl in the family who's also deaf. And fact, the actress playing the deaf girl is also deaf in real life. And I love that. I thought it added some authenticity to the performance. And I loved that whenever there was a point of view of her character, the sound would just go away. And I love that. I thought both those child actors were excellent, and I'm happy that we're seeing some good child performances in horror movies, both this and It. I'm really happy about that. Not only did John Krasinski do a great job acting in this movie, but directing some great shots in this movie, and I totally felt like I was this family. It was terrifying. Any moment these creatures come get you, or any sound you can make, it was so terrifying. And it was also kind of terrifying just watching this movie, kind of being like this family, that whenever I heard anyone in my theater either cough or I would hear a seat creak, I would just be a little terrified. And this movie is non-stop tension from beginning to end. I was never bored throughout this 90-minute runtime. I was glued to the screen in every scene. I like the smart decisions this family made of survival, walking barefoot since shoes can make noise, or walking in sand that can make the least amount of noise. I also love that they communicate with sign language, and there is a minimal amount of dialogue in this movie. It's mostly just sign language, and you would see subtitles to what they're saying. I also thought it was very good visual storytelling, and we don't need a big exposition scene to hear about what happened. You can just show it from the opening scene. Just this family's trying to survive. There are creatures that are gonna hunt you. They can only hear you. They can't see. They're gonna get you, and that's it. And I love how this movie just didn't rely on exposition, just the tension of the situation. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, I have some minor flaws with this movie. I'll get to those right now. First, there was a decision at the beginning of this movie that I thought was dumb. It's like, kid, it's been 89 days and you don't know to bring a loud rocket outside. These creatures are gonna get you. Why? I understand why I was there to just show the audience what's going on. I understand that, but it was mostly because of the decision. And there's a scene where the girl, the batteries inside the rocket, she leaves them on the counter. And in my head, I was thinking, don't get the batteries, don't get the batteries, don't get the batteries, don't get the batteries. Oh, you got the batteries. Also, there were a few cheap jump scares, although the jump scares in this movie worked very well. He didn't overuse them. They were used pretty well here. There's not too much of them. There were a few that I thought were cheap and just like, really? Besides those problems, I really enjoyed A Quiet Place. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Happy seeing some good movies in 2018. This is so far a good year of movies. Really good horror movie. It's tough to imagine another horror movie coming out this year that'll top it. It's going to be some major competition, but we'll see what happens. Well acted, well directed, non-stop tension, just a great horror movie. If you have not seen it yet, definitely check it out. However, if you are a very jumpy person and if you don't like jump scares and you cannot stand them, just avoid this movie. If you're looking for a good horror movie, definitely check this movie out. I'm glad it's doing well at the box office and with critics. I'm excited to see what John Krasinski does next as a director, and if he plans on doing another horror movie, I'm interested to see what he does. So I'm going to give A Quiet Place 4.5 stars out of 5. Just due to those flaws I mentioned, but still, really good horror movie. Check it out. I highly recommend it. So what do you guys think of A Quiet Place? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.